So what I want you to remember is every time you have an improper fraction, it is equal to the mixed fraction. Turn that off, please. And put it away. Go put it on my desk, actually. And an improper fraction has a larger numerator than denominator, but a mixed fraction means that we have a whole number with some fraction pieces left over. Sometimes we get lucky and we don't have any pieces left over, but many times we have some pieces left over. To solve these problems, a lot of times we're able to divide it in our heads. That's when we, back in the fall, said, hey, this fraction bar means divide. What you're doing is you're taking your numerator and you're dividing it by your denominator. Do you remember us talking about that? I want to do this one with you, and then I'm going to set my timer for 2 minutes, and you're going to do the other 2. How many groups of 5 are in the number 7, Hayden? 1 whole group. And 1 group of 5 is 5. With how many left over? 2. And this is where we learned how to take that leftover amount and make a fraction. 2 is your leftover, what we used to call our remainder. And our denominator is whatever number we were dividing by, which happens to be 5. So if I go back and I put an equivalent the same as 7/5, we know that is the same as 1 whole and 2/5. Now what I want you to do is I want you to go back and I want you to solve 45 divided by 10 and 10 divided by 3. Tell me the mixed fraction equivalent. Go. Let's see. When you did 45 divided by 10, how many groups of 10 are in the number 45? Lucian. 4. 4 goes on top of the 5. Now I see some of you not really putting things in the right place value. That may cause problems later. Make sure you're paying attention to that, because 4 times 10 is going to give you 40. And 45 minus 40 is 5. And this leftover amount would create our fraction 5/10, because 10 is our denominator, our divisor. Now the problem is 5/10 the lowest name? No. That is also a problem that I keep seeing, is some of you get a new answer, but then you think you're done. What is another name for 5/10? 3. 4 1/2. That's right, because we can divide the top by 5 and the bottom by 5. And we will end up getting 4 1/2. So our equivalent, our mixed fraction equivalent, is 4 1/2. Looking at 10/3, what did you get here? When you take the number 10 and you divide by 3, what did you get, Jose? No. 3. And 3 times 3 is 9, with 1 left over. And then we would need to make that fraction. 1 is our leftover amount, and our denominator becomes 3. So 10/3 is equivalent to 3 wholes, that's the mixed part, with the fraction 1/3. What questions can I answer? Alright. So, let's move to this. Decimal, fraction, equivalence. Thinking about what I know you're going to have to do in 6th grade, you're going to walk in and some teachers are going to expect you to see a fraction and know the decimal equivalent. You actually started a lot of this in 4th grade, but some of us don't remember. So I'm going to help you with the first one, and then I want to see what you can come up with on your own. The first one that we're going to write is 1/5. 1/5. So if I wanted to find the decimal equivalent to that, then I first have to think about place value. And we know that we have our ones place, we have our tenths place, and we have our hundredths place, right? And our thousandths. But when I look at this fraction, it's 1/5. Do we have any fifths over here? No. We have to think about what could we do to the fraction 1/5 to get it with a denominator of 10 or 100. What could we do with that? You mean just put a 1 right here? Oh, you mean put a 1 here and divide by 5. Well, that could work, right? That could work. If that happens, some boys and girls have told me today, they're like, Miss Barlow, you can't do that. And I'm like, oh, but yes, you can. You could do a decimal, you could do a 0 and a 0. And you could pop it up. And then you could say, well, how many groups of 5 are in 1? And what could you say about that? 0. And how many groups of 5 are in the number 10? 2. And 2 groups of 5 will give you 10. Now the problem is, we got another 0 down here, right? Or, yeah, that's right. We could stop there. You could technically stop there, or you could take it out one more place. And you get 20 hundredths. You understand that? There's an even faster way. What if I told you that? Anybody know a faster way? Oh, mathematics. Okay, so you're thinking about like $1, right? That's a way that you could do it. Here's a faster way. What if I said, hey, if I multiply this by 2 and I multiply this by 2, what will I end up getting? Isn't that the same answer? Yeah. Did I have to divide? No. Did you see what I did? I multiplied the top number by 2 and the bottom number by 2, because what is this number right here? 10. Do I have a 10th place? Yes. I do. Could you do it with this one? 2/5. Can you tell me the decimal equivalent? Go. Give me thumbs up when you're done. write, what is 2/5 equal to? What is 2/5 equal to? You ready? Is there a fraction out there that it's equal to? What? Thank you. I couldn't hear you back there. 4/10. Because if you multiply the top by 2 and the bottom by 2, what are you going to get? And so how many tenths are we talking about? 4. Or you could say 40 hundredths, right? Can you try 2 more? On your mark, get set, go. Try 3/5. Oh. And try 4/5.